If you're seeing my face, my name is Master Johnson. I have a tendency of making things make sense. Currently sitting here, bright morning, something comes into my soul and says, dude, you got to say this. See, my energy is so magnetic. It only attracts those that are ready for it, simply repels away those that are not. I don't necessarily have a religion, but I do have a relationship with Christ. And Christ loves to use me as the vessel to be able to make things make sense. Just got a few things for you. If it resonates, just go ahead and put connected in the comments. Jesus once said, who do you say that I am? Forgot the guy's name, but he was man by the well, man by the water. And what ended up happening is this gentleman was always trying to get to the water, but he was paralyzed, I believe, from the navel down. And what ended up happening is whenever the water would come on, he would try his best to get there. But people would trample him, people would cut him, people would basically essentially just make it so that he was unable to get to the water. And so this gentleman would just sit and cry and sulk and be in a position where he just felt helpless. And eventually Jesus comes up to him and says, hey, are you tired of being here? Right? Now, I want you to think that this is the consciousness. This is your awareness coming to you saying, hey, are you tired of being here? Are you tired of being in this position where you feel helpless? Well, then the man looks at Jesus and says, I've been here for so long. He says, who are you? He says, what are you talking about? I don't want to be messed with. Just a lot of rejection, a lot of resistance towards consciousness. Or in this example, Jesus. And Jesus looks at him and says, who do you say that I am? After that individual asks Jesus, who do you say I am? Long story short, what I'm trying to give to you in this moment is whatever you say that your consciousness is, whatever you give your awareness to, whatever you are aware of, my friend, is only going to recirculate, recreate, reintegrate those experiences in your life. I was once helping a one-on-one client, and she had a grand idea that, you know what? Where I am located, everyone in this environment is completely toxic. I'm going to move. And if I get out of my environment, I can go ahead and have a new beginning. And I explained to her, you may go to a new environment, but you will recirculate all the same experiences just with different people. And it's simply because of the awareness that she is having and that she is holding. Is this making sense? When the guy at the water looks at Jesus and Jesus says, who do you say that I am? Jesus represents awareness, consciousness. See, that guy sitting by the water was only aware of how hard his life was, of the victim-based mentality, of being able to stick up for his limitations, being able to basically bring into his reality the reality and the awareness that says, oh my gosh, I suck, this sucks, life sucks, nothing works for me. Mind you, he was a paraplegic. And then Jesus just simply looked at him and said, stand up. Stand up. And he slaps his legs and looks at Jesus and locks eyes with Jesus. And before you know it, this guy that hasn't walked probably in the entirety of his life is now standing up. And everybody looks like, what the hell is just going on? Who's this alien that just came here and da-da-da-da-da? And everybody's looking in awe. In that moment, he switches awareness in his consciousness to being an individual that is able to stand. So the hidden meaning here is he's so focused on trying to get to the water. Jesus also says, it is not the water you need. It is only I that you need. Again, not the man Jesus, but the consciousness that is God, that is an awareness of Jesus. The belief that says when you focus on what you are capable of having rather than what you are trying to have that you cannot get, through consciousness, my friends, you can decide to place your attention into a different obsession that then is going to lead to a different identity through consciousness. In other words, how does this apply to your life? If you're only aware of what's going wrong in your life, my friends, you are definitely missing the mark here. You are definitely missing the potential that you have. You're definitely missing the potential to deepen your connection to the God like I have. And the best part is when you go searching for God, you're never going to find it, or him, or her. But I promise you, if you begin to start to search deep inside of your soul, the only thing you're going to find is God. Earlier in the video, when I talked to you about how my energy is only attracting those that are ready for it is because you're at a point and you're at a position where you're recognizing this false reality around you, this matrix around you. Does that make sense? Like, you're just not buying into the old obligations and bullshit of this matrix. You're doing a great job, which is why you saw my video. Listen, what I'd recommend is if you want to get closer to me, come join my community. Yeah? I made it $2 so everybody can join. Inside of this community, I'm going to teach you everything you need to know. It's there for you to use. It's also there for you to lose. I just understand there's a lot of people that are very lost right now, and they need somebody to get their eyes off of the water and on themselves. And that's where I come in. Anyway, pre-workout's flowing and going. Thanks for checking out my video. Whatever you are aware of is exactly what you're going to experience. If you want to change your experience, choose a different awareness.